Welcome to Oktoberfest 2021. Won't you join us?
Welcome back once again to the Project Gen X podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Alan Smith, along with...
I'm the other guy, Big Dave.
And we have a very special episode this time. We are obviously in the middle of Oktoberfest, and which is the most wonderful time of the year, as we always like to say.
Yes.
And so we have a special guest to come on to talk about... working in retail, specifically Halloween retail, as well as just wherever we go, because if you listen to the show at all, you know that we just go off.
We just ramble.
We ramble. So if you would, please introduce yourself.
Well, hello. My name is Ariel Morgana. Hi, everybody.
Go.
How y'all doing?
Doing good.
What's up? I am the Halloween queen, just so you know.
There you go. Hey, look.
You'll know who I am in about 5 to 10 years when I have my haunted house.
There you go. Yeah, I was going to get into that because I did notice that you were doing a fundraiser, GoFundMe.
Yeah, but I've only had one person donate to it.
Okay. Well, maybe we can help with that.
It's all right. It's all right. You know what? It's just out there so that way there's something if they want to help me and help contribute and they know who I am.
Okay.
It's out there.
Well, we'll definitely put a link in our show notes for that.
I appreciate that.
Not a problem. Hey, we're here to help. So, okay. So, I as well have a history in Halloween retail. I think literally like 20 years ago because I'm old as everything. I worked at Party City for a couple of years. Worked 2 Halloweens, and I have stories. We all have stories.
I bet.
But it was just kind of one of those things where I happen to know, and you can hear Biscuit in the background, my dog, because he always likes to make his presence known. I had a friend that was running the place at the time, and I was without a job, and was like, sure, and I just kind of started working there, whatever. How did you get involved with Halloween retail, and how long have you been doing it?
And which retailers have you been working for?
I'm just going to blow everybody up. I'm going to throw everybody under the table now.
There you go. That's
no,
right.
I appreciate everybody I've worked for. Actually, Party City was my first job, too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was 16.
Nice.
So that was, I don't know how long ago.
A while.
We'll not say my age.
There you go.
That
was
16.
3 years ago, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. I'm that young. Oh, baby. No, at 16, that was my first time working in the Halloween. And after that, actually, Party City was just a temporary job. And
right.
the woman was an all right woman, but it after Halloween's done, it's just normal retail.
Right.
So I left. I didn't want to go there anymore. And then I worked for Santa Claus. So I've been an elf before.
Okay.
A few times in my life, I've been an elf. But after
We're
that,
sitting all the holidays. Oh
yeah, you gotta be well rounded.
Yeah.
I'm not. Christmas isn't that great though.
I hated Christmas retail. I've done that one too.
Oh God.
Any kind of retail at Christmas is awful.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's awful.
I can't even. Black Friday and Christmas are the worst.
Yes.
I can't.
One of the things also, and you know this from working at Party City, is that Christmas is easy. I mean, it especially compared to, I know because I was in management when I worked there, and I know for a fact that they did Christmas, or Halloween was their Christmas. That was
when it comes to Party City, absolutely. There wasn't
yes.
as much Christmas. The only thing bigger than I'd say Halloween would be like 4th of July.
4th of July was good.
4th of
Graduation.
Ooh, graduation.
Valentine's Day was actually really big there when I worked there because of the
I don't
balloons.
consider that a holiday.
I don't either.
That's blasphemous, and
agree.
that's just Hallmark bullshit.
I love you.
Thanks. I can't get down with the Valentine's Day.
No, that's what I always say. It's a card and candy holiday. That's all it is. So.
And I should be getting cards and candy every day, not just one day. What you talking about?
There you go.
No.
Nice.
Anyway, but yeah, no, we actually did the store that I was at then, because I started off over here at Rivergate, and I wound up in
the one I was at.
Oh, well, I bet I know who you worked for too. We're not going to say her name.
We're not
going to
throw names under the bus.
We'll talk off. We'll talk off mic on that. But yeah, I was over at the Donaldson store the next year, and that was there for I was there for Valentine's Day, and that was a big balloons. balloons. I mean, like the orders for balloons came in like you would not believe. Like I was surprised.
Did you do the balloons? Did you blow up the balloons?
I was in management. I didn't have to do that. What are you talking about?
See, that was my skill. Yo, I've used that skill at Dollar General too.
There you go.
Like just blowing up balloons, curling the ribbons.
Yeah, that's where you learn about the difference between Mylar and all that kind of stuff, and the latex and how long they'll last. And
that's not where I learned that, but yeah. Sure.
It's completely not where I was expecting. So anyway,
now you know how I feel.
I feel like it's my
talking
challenge to diverge you from the main topic as much as possible. Like I said,
if you listen to the show, you know it doesn't take much at all to get us off topic. So. So from Party City,
yeah. We had a story going. Yeah.
That's right. Sorry. For Party City, where did you wind up after that?
Actually, due to a family member of mine, I had the great opportunity of working for Spirit Halloween.
All right.
That was when I was 19.
Okay.
19. So just a few years later was my first year at Spirit Halloween. It was beautiful. Everything was just magical. Everything was great. I learned so much in that first year. My manager sucked.
Wow. All right. Now we're getting to the juicy stuff.
All right.
But other than that, I fell in love. Like, just the whole company, even though, so back then, actually, when I was hired, Spirit was franchise.
Okay.
Now it is corporate. Everything that you see now that's in
I was going to ask about
the Nashville area
Mm-hmm.
is corporated. Everything on the outer side of Tennessee is franchise.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that happened last year. Last year was our first corporate year.
Okay. Well, I wondered about that because, the Halloween Express is here.
Yeah.
And of course, I've seen the same people running that for years.
Oh,
Yeah. And they're lovely people. I mean,
I love them.
Yeah. And but we actually talked to them.
Yeah.
Was it last week?
Two
weeks ago we were in there, and they were kind of talking about trying to find where they're at now is much smaller than where they have been in the past because they just haven't been able to find anywhere.
Really?
Yeah. Matter of fact, they tried to get into the old Party City building,
and the guy wouldn't rent it to them because they wanted a permanent.
They wanted
tenant.
a permanent tenant. They didn't want to rent out.
That's super disappointing.
It really is. I know.
Halloween Express is more like, I feel like Halloween Express is comparative to Performance Studios. If anything,
I miss Performance.
Oh God,
I know.
Oh, rest in peace.
I know.
I love both of them because they both tend to carry different things.
Right.
So I get the best of both stores.
Right.
Especially if they're close to each other. And where I live at, we used to have the giant pumpkin in Clarksville. And you could see the pumpkin for Halloween Express from the interstate. And it was over at the mall.
Yeah.
And that last major tornado that came through there took the pumpkin.
Oh.
And it hasn't been the same since. I really miss the pumpkin.
I feel like there's a Wizard of Oz movie there, or esque movie there somewhere. The pumpkin flies off to
It should be done with Jack Skellington.
There you go.
It's like
Disney,
James and the Giant Peach kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I am the pumpkin king. That's all there is to it.
So yeah, Dave is a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan. So
yeah,
my mother is a huge. Her entire bedroom is full of Nightmare Before Christmas, just hoarding upon her walls. I'm not lying. I'm sorry, Mother. If you hear this later, I didn't mean to throw you under the bus just now.
Hey, it's fine.
That's not a bus throw. I fully support that.
Yeah,
support
100%.
the Nightmare Before Christmas lovers.
I'm not a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan.
Neither
You're
am I.
not a
I love
the
Boogie.
music. I was like, I
Oogie
love the
Boogie
music.
is my favorite, but other than as a whole, and a lot of people buy me Nightmare Before Christmas because I'm so goth aesthetic. They're like,
Right.
you like Nightmare Before Christmas, right? I'm like,
Well,
yeah, sure, yeah, absolutely.
If you
It's
have any
great.
kind of a goth anything, people think, oh, you love Tim Burton.
Yeah.
I like some.
I
of
like
his
some
stuff.
of his stuff.
Yeah.
Some of his stuff's great.
I have many times on here talked about how I love Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Love
Yes.
Beetlejuice, and I love Ed Wood.
Yes.
And I think Big Fish is a wonderful movie.
Big Fish.
That's
I know.
Got
one
to
of-
be my top tier.
Yeah, and
That's one of the first movies me and my wife went to go
but
see.
all this other stuff is kind of, even Edward Scissorhands. I'm not a big fan of that one. I get Edward Scissorhands, but it doesn't grab me the way other stuff does, like Beetlejuice and so. Yeah.
What about Batman? We're gonna really get off topic here. Batman,
That's all right.
Tim Burton Batman. How do you feel?
I fully expected us to go around the horn here.
Jack stole the show on that.
I have always maintained, even in '89, because I'm that old, going and seeing that movie in the theater and being disappointed with it because I found it boring.
What?
I love the aesthetic of it. Like, I like the way that they did, but there is a lot of downtime in that movie.
And there's a couple of really bad edits.
There are some bad edits in it. I really enjoyed Michael Keaton as Batman.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I do not enjoy
Not as
him
Bruce
as
Wayne.
Bruce
No,
Wayne.
you know what? I agree with that.
And
I agree with that.
I think that Batman Returns.
Was that Val Kilmer?
No, that's
No,
still
which
that's still Michael Keaton.
Michael
That's
Keaton.
it's the
It's the
second
one
one.
Oh, and
It's
that's
the
the
one
one
with
with
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Catwoman.
Yes,
Yeah.
and see, I like that movie probably more than the original than Batman, but it has its problems also, mainly Penguin.
What, you don't like Danny DeVito?
I love Danny DeVito.
You don't like a penguin Danny DeVito?
That one,
You know, he went a lot campier in that, and I appreciate that. I really appreciate
That's why I
the
love
fact.
it so much. I
know.
love how campy it is. It's the child in me that just.
I kind of
it's-
feel like that he's playing the same character he's playing in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
There's
just
a little
without
bit of
the
that.
red
There
coat.
is a little bit of that. Yes.
I'm just
die.
saying.
I can see that. You know, and that's kind of the whole thing. You know, a lot of people, they talk about, you know, who's your Batman? You know,
Yeah.
Generally, people in our generation, we have a tendency to go back to Michael Keaton as
Michael
Batman.
Keaton.
Michael
Yeah.
Keaton. I also happen to be a fan of the
I
Christopher Nolan
am
Batman
more
trilogy.
I'm more of a Christian Bale. Like, I really like those movies. Are just
When I
that's
see
my
Christian
Batman.
Bale, I just think of American Psycho, so I
There's
can't
that
see him
also.
as Batman. Like, I see Boy Billionaire, but then I'm like, you about to do some lines and kill people.
Exactly, and listen
Well,
to Huey Lewis.
The,
So
the
it's
thing
like-
I like about that trilogy, which I've talked about in other podcasts, is because it tends to loosely follow the Frank Miller Batman
it does a little more.
storyline with
It
the
really
Dark Knight
goes.
Returns and all of that.
Yes, absolutely, it does. And so yeah,
We
I'm
could have
sure
a whole conversation about superheroes.
we may
later
have to
on.
have you back on this and sit
I'm
down
like,
and talk
I'm about to argue
this.
some really
We'll-
bad points here.
Okay.
We could probably use a female millennial.
So I'm gonna
view on this show.
circle us back around here. So you started working at Spirit Halloween.
Yes.
Yes, that was
Years
so
ago, yes.
19. I worked at Spirit Halloween. I worked a couple years for franchise. I ended up not working after that for a few more years. I was going through college. I was going through different other jobs. When I came back into the scene, I was still really young. So I had my aunt with me during the first 2 years, and that was kind of like coaxed me into the business. And I haven't worked a haunt yet either.
Okay.
My first haunt was that following year after my second year of Spirit. I worked for a haunt called Haunted Nashville, which, if anybody knows who that is, that was the opposite side to Nashville Nightmare.
Right.
And I worked for them for a year, and then finally was like, you know, I'd rather own a haunt than, you know, work in retail. But if I can work in retail and do both, that'd be great. Haven't been able to manage that yet, but it'll be all right.
Yeah.
After I came back, I actually did work for Halloween Express.
Okay.
So I worked for Brad and Jared, and they were so nice and so helpful. And I told them about my aspirations of wanting a haunt, and they've been really nice. Like, I go to Nashville Nightmare on a regular basis just to say what's up, or to Halloween Express just to say what's up. Like, the community of the haunt world is so close. It's like the metal world, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You get really tight. You get really tight friends. And then you know each other forever, too. Because, like, I could, like, hit
agree.
up somebody I met 20 years ago. Be like, hey, you want to come work for my haunt? And they'll be like, yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
That's true.
Nice.
That's a,
So what's the differences between working?
you're hitting all of Dave's faves here, you know, with
Yeah.
with Halloween and metal. So
Sorry. We could have so many topics, guys. I'm a talkative person.
it's fine. No, it's fine.
So
It's
what's kind of the differences between Spirit and Halloween Express, since you've worked both?
When it was franchise back in the first couple years. And then when I did come back, it was still franchise. Like I said, up until last year, we were all franchise. So there wasn't that much of a difference as far as how we would work the floor, how we had different policies, and as far as like loss prevention and stuff like that. Right. I feel like the only difference is when you have certain products. Like if you see at Halloween Express, there's a lot of carryover, which is a lot of older products, or even like brands that you wouldn't see, like you'd see it in a thrift shop, like California something or another, I think is one of the brands. It's like, I think whoever was running and owning Halloween Express probably went over to other old stores and was like, hey, let me buy that from you, and then resold it, which is smart.
Yes.
Very smart business savvy, like very smart. But as far as when we had Spirit franchise, we didn't, you didn't buy out from anybody. You just got it from, like, carryover was just our previous year. It wasn't from other stores. It wasn't from anything else. It was just our previous year. You got that, and then you had your, the main corporation. Even though it was not corporated, we had corporate buildings sending us products. Yeah. And we have, I feel like another thing would probably licensing. When Spirit has any kind of licensing issue, we have to pull the product from the floor automatically, and we get emails constantly about that stuff.
Okay.
So it's not just about recalling, it's just about whether or not they even bought the licensing for said item.
Nice.
Wow.
But as far as like Halloween Express, I don't think they would have that problem because they're not, it's like a mom and pop.
Right.
So they're not going to go send emails to whoever and be like, hey, pull that product off your wall.
Right.
They had rightfully bought that from so-and-so, so it's theirs to sell.
That was when I was working for Party City. The second year, we had to pull a costume. It was a UPS costume, basically. Yeah. And it didn't say UPS on it. It said something
inappropriate.
Else. No, it didn't say anything inappropriate. But it looked enough like the UPS uniform.
Oh, it was too similar.
That
so
they
that
were
way
like, okay, you have to pull
Uh-huh.
this. And it was one of those things where, like, we had to cover it up on because we had the wall, with all the stuff, the printed stuff on there. Had to cover it up and had to act like it didn't exist, everything. But the funny thing is that I remember very vividly, like, them telling us, don't send it back. Just don't sell it.
Okay.
And I guess like maybe they were like, okay, well, because they'd had the tractor trailers out back for whenever stuff, they just put it back out there to sell the next year. So I think that the one that you and I both worked for was a franchise.
Right.
That one and the Donaldson both. I know the other two that are in the Nashville area are both corporate.
Okay.
At least they were when I worked there. So it was one of those things where sometimes we could get away with stuff.
Yeah, there's like small little things.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those things.
We can't talk about that.
Yeah, that the owner would be like, yeah, just don't say anything about it.
Right.
just kind of keep going, So,
yeah.
But yeah, so I understand that.
This is not the costume.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's was there a lot of problems with losing licensing or not having the licensing or?
It just depends on when it's put out on the floor, and it just depends on what the product is. Like, I remember back, 7 or so years ago, Miley Cyrus came out with a costume. It was back when...
was it the Wrecking Ball?
No, it was the what's that dude's name? I'm not pop culture like that, but that Rob guy or whatever that she was grinding on a stage that she was known for.
It was
it was basically the Beetlejuice suit.
Yeah. So that guy,
the black and white
and then she was wearing
thing.
like a mouse outfit or something, right? It was like a
she
little
was
onesie,
wearing something, yeah,
and a little foam finger.
Robin Thicke, that's who it was.
Robin Thicke,
Thicke, that's who it was.
And her costume was little of nothing.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
and she had her hair. She had her hair up in.
She looked like she was supposed to be a mouse.
Yeah,
she was
whatever.
a mouse, and then she had the foam finger. Anyway, so like when we first released that out, I guess they were having
We're not talking
issues.
about Courtney Love here right now.
All right, hey, she's a heroin whore. That's a different.
Hey.
Hey, I got somebody on my side now. Okay.
Just because she's the original Carol Baskins.
Hey.
Oh.
Dave and I have this ongoing like Courtney love. I love Courtney. He doesn't.
I
so
love
it's
Courtney.
So there you go.
I mean, like, I still kind of believe that theory. But at the same time, I still love her. But you don't know.
That's
you don't
one of those.
know. She
That's
probably
one of those
had a
things.
reason.
That's
They were
one
on
of those
drugs.
things.
You don't know Kurt like that. I'm not hating. Wait, hold on.
If it
For all
came
the
out
Kurt lovers
tomorrow,
out there, I'm
if
not
it came
saying
out
shit.
tomorrow that Courtney Love actually, like had a hand in killing him, it would not surprise me in the least.
Right.
However, I'm not jumping on that bandwagon right now. So it's
Just leave her alone. Just leave Courtney alone.
exactly. So, anyways, now another detour. So with where were we? I don't even remember now.
You were talking
The
about
fine
losing
lines of
licensing.
licenses.
Yeah. So okay. So you said there was the Miley Cyrus and
The Miley Cyrus
yeah.
thing, when we first had that come out, there was an issue with licensing, and they just basically what you do is you just pull it off the floor until either it's, resolved or it's either taken off the shelf for good. So
Right.
thankfully, I guess, for our sales, it was put back on the shelves. I don't know why anybody would buy it, but it sold out. We had 5 costumes total. They all sold out in 3 days. The fact that I can remember this from like almost a decade ago
Yeah.
is surprising to me.
It's amazing what you will remember. I mean,
Once it
quite
clicks,
honestly,
it's in
yeah.
there, man.
And that's the other thing is that a lot of times I know whenever I was working at Party City, there would be a costume like that got popular, and then we couldn't get any more, or we wouldn't get them until like way into the season, and and it's like, okay, and now you're stuck with these.
Yeah.
It's
That was our issue with the clowns. Anybody remember when the clowns became a big issue?
when it first when
all the clowns were like raiding the streets and
Right,
killing people
right,
or doing
right,
whatever
right.
happened, that year we actually had to pull all of our clown
really
outfits and accessories from the floor because it was. I mean, we're also in the Bible Belt, so
Well,
we're
yeah,
all
there is
very
that
dramatic
also.
people when it comes to that kind of thing. So
there is that. I do remember I guess it was around whenever Part 1 was released.
I think so.
It might even have been before that.
Right before or right after, but it was close.
Because I remember you would every once, I swear, like every few days you'd hear about like, oh, somebody went around, this cul-de-sac and put like red balloons on, on the grates.
That was
and,
funny.
Oh yeah.
Now,
the
creepy looking clown coming out of the wood line.
Yeah.
That was a little
it's the ones
different.
that really what happened. I am a huge supporter of the clown community. I wish I was a clown. I think that a lot of the BS with that year is like there's people who ruin it for the crowd. There's
Right.
there was actual events where clowns attacked people, and
Right.
that as soon as that starts glowing around the globe, then everybody else is like clowns are bad.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a huge fan of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So that was all.
Do you guys know that that's a section in Spirit right now?
Really? I haven't been in Spirit yet. He has.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
I've got the Funko Pops.
Yeah.
I got
That's
the hat.
Well, there you go.
Nice.
That the only thing I have about Killer Clowns from Outer Space was like Tracy Lord's big crossover movie. Whenever she moved from porn into the mainstream,
Yeah.
All right, I'm finding out something.
Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, that
No,
was
what?
like right after all that came out about her being
Well,
underage, and they pulled all of her movies
She
except
was-
for
She was underage. She was actually a techno DJ or something. That
Yeah.
she was playing with that because she had a couple albums out.
right.
And that's when she made her move from adult films into trying to be an actual real
Actress.
actress. And Killer Clowns was
The very first
very
one. It
first
was the
one,
first
yeah.
one. Matter of fact, it's the last movie that she appeared nude in. That's the only mainstream movie that she appeared nude in.
I think it was only topless at that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just like, no, I'm just Tracy Lords.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure you're really impressed by that. So.
I actually am really impressed by that. It also
There's-
made me have that moment where what's that stoner movie where they like made a website for those
Oh, you're talking about
Knocked Up or something.
yeah.
Where they're like, let's make a website about.
and then they find out about Mr. Skin.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Have you not seen Knocked Up?
Yeah,
oh yeah,
I
yeah.
have. Yeah, I have.
That's like when you guys were having this conversation. That's what I was imagining.
Yeah, that's
this
well,
movie.
yeah.
I'm stuck in that
It's
movie
so
thing right now.
Funny because neither one of us are stoners, so it's like.
No, not at all.
So, but I remember, what was it, 2-3 years ago that Home Depot had to pull a decoration. It was called like Creeper or something like that. It was basically it was a decoration that made look like there was somebody like looking in the window at you. And
they still sell that?
Yeah, well, but the thing is they pulled them for a while because there were complaints.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like, what in the world? And then they went back up within a few weeks. But
you know why, right? Because people were buying them and then going over to somebody's house and hanging it up so it looked like somebody was looking in their house.
Well, people were making TikToks about it, I'm sure.
I just wish I had the money for the 12-foot skeleton.
Some of that stuff that they've got over at Home Depot is pretty amazing.
Yeah, my mother works there, and she sends me pictures. It's amazing.
I always love when Home Depot puts their stuff out because it's like the
tombstones,
place you don't expect. The place you don't expect all that stuff to come into.
The tombstones are actually like rock material. You know, you don't have to
hefty,
like
it's sturdy.
Yeah, you don't have to like stake it in the ground. You can just set it up in the grass and it just stays there. But they're like $80 a pop.
Yeah, well, you'll have them forever.
Yeah,
you know, it's
literally.
Quality, man,
so
quality.
Once you moved into managing and running the stores and stuff, so what is the process for like do you have any
process for what
for
part?
ordering? Like, do you have any like say in that, or they just send you what do
you get
they
choice?
send or what? She took a deep breath. Here we go.
As far as ordering items, I feel like I'm about to like do a commercial for Spirit.
Okay,
as
that's
far as
fine.
if you want to order items from Spirit, we do not have say as far as what catalog they send us or what items, but it's kind of like there's certain retail shops that are also similar to this. If you run out of something fairly quickly, they will send you a lot more in a very fast amount of time because of that sales. It doesn't necessarily mean that we can just say, hey, corporate, will you send us 20 of your Michael Myers statues? No, they won't do that. But if we sold, 7 to 8 in the first couple days, they're going to go, hey, you're making a great amount of money. We're going to send you more.
Right.
That's how that works.
Okay.
We can't really order anything. You can order online at spirithalloween.com.
Yes. Yeah. I know about that, but it's...
We're both brick and mortar guys.
Yeah, I'm more of I want to go
like
to the store,
go in, look at it,
I'm the
put
same
our
way. I
hands on
can't
it.
It's
order
like
online for
last
Halloween.
year when they had the Funko, the Sam, you
Yes.
know.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, I think you were the one who
I
actually
pre-ordered.
you pre-ordered, and then you were like, "Hey, this thing." I was like, "I'll just go in the store." And then I remember talking to you and
You
being
had to
like,
get on the list.
Put me on the list, and you know
Sold
somebody
out
called and
super quick. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm happy to have that because I love that movie so much. I love the fact that
That's
that
one of
movie.
the rare times I went, screw it, I'm doing the pre-order.
Yeah.
And I waited 3 months for that thing to show up at my house.
Yeah, that's true. You ordered it really early.
As soon as it came out, I was like, this is mine. Give it to me.
That's the way I was. As soon as it hit the floor at Spirit or was in a box, because they'll send us videos, or you can watch videos voluntarily on YouTube to see what products we'll get in store. Not everything, but most of the new exclusive stuff, you can see it online. And I knew about it. I keep track with Michael Myers and Trick or Treat, so I was one of the first people to
So have
get
you
it.
seen the new Michael Myers for this Halloween?
No, it doesn't come out until October 15th.
There you go. She knows when it is. So that's we were wondering. I saw a picture of it on Instagram. Somebody had posted it, with the Myers house and everything, and I immediately sent it over to him, and I was like, I don't know. They haven't officially announced it yet, so it's kind of.
I was like, I need that Funko Pop.
I knew you needed it, so
Pop.
I was just like.
I don't collect a whole lot of Funko Pop, but
I have
need
drugged
that
Dave into Funko like Pops. Like all of a sudden he's like, I don't know,
same
no.
way. I don't like Funko. I don't like the aesthetic of Funko, honestly. Most of the time it just looks really weird, but there's few rare ones that I have to have, like the Gentleman from Buffy Funko Pop. I have that.
Wow, that's
Like it's
cool.
really rare ones, really really nifty ones.
Yeah,
I'll
I had the Hot Topic exclusive, the Beetlejuice and Lydia that were the wedding, and I wound up, I got them off the shelf, when they were available, and didn't think they sat, over in my collection for a long time. And then last year I was like, do I really want these? Because I do that. I am really bad about collecting stuff. I'll and I'm like, do I really want these?
He'll sell it, and within 2 weeks it'll be triple or quadruple.
Yeah, it never
the price.
fails. If you want something to go up in value, wait for me to sell it, because it never fails. I mean,
so
it's just
do me a favor, sell your Sam.
So yours will keep going up.
Yeah, so mine will keep going up.
There's another one. There was a Hot Topic exclusive Sam
Yes,
that's
I
unmasked.
saw that.
Yeah, and I wish
saw
I'd
that.
known about it, because I would love to have it.
I haven't been able to find it even over on
You can't.
eBay.
They're
Yeah.
See, when I first I have Hot Topic on my thing on my it's like on my main browser or whatever. It pops up and it showed it, and I actually had the opportunity to buy it, but I didn't have the money at the time, so I didn't buy it. So I regret this moment. But at the same time, Spirit has a lot of Sam stuff right now.
I'm happy. That's
I just wish that they had an adult size Sam costume in tent and awning size. They do not have it in tent and awning size, so I can't get one.
That's one of the. I
That's where
noticed
you
that.
go and you just get a bright orange jumpsuit and dirty it up, and then get some burlap. You want me to make your costume? I'll do it.
No,
There you
I
go.
mean, you can get the deluxe mask. That's not a problem. It's
The jumpsuit part, right?
It's the jumpsuit part.
Yeah.
I actually want the
It's the footies.
the
You want
footies and the
yeah.
trap door.
They got
Yeah,
a
exactly.
Okay.
And what I would do,
Well,
and
all
if
you
I
got to
had-
do is find some long johns.
I'm gonna have to
that's
find somebody
that's
to make it for me, because if I get a set with the trap door,
right.
I'm gonna get one of those plastic.
The plastic butts. Yeah.
Get a pumpkin.
Oh.
And like cut it in half and put the pumpkin
that would be
there.
so cute.
There you go.
I'm loving this.
So like have a pumpkin half hanging out the trap door.
That'll work. Yeah.
That's good.
Something that with Trick or Treat. We did an episode about Trick or Treat a couple of years ago.
Yes, we did.
And we've talked about it in the 2 years since then quite a bit, because, like I said, Dave had no clue, and now all of a sudden he's all in for it. And I've been in from the beginning, because I remember seeing the trailer for it like a couple of years before it finally was released on DVD, because it never hit theaters, and being like, I want to see this movie, and it kept getting pushed, and it kept getting pushed, and it kept getting pushed, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, it's going to be released on DVD on this certain date,
Okay.
like a year and a half later, like after initially seeing it. So finally getting to see that movie and then being like, why in the hell did this not go to theaters? Because this is perfect. This is a perfect movie.
If I had known about it, I would have been all in on day one.
Right.
I mean, the storyline, the fact that it has a little bit of an homage to Creepshow with the comic book,
right,
feel on it.
But the fact that movie has found its audience.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
it's cult classic.
yeah,
now.
it really is, and the fact that Spirit has gone all in on it for the last few years, and I'm like, yeah,
working for Spirit for so long. See, when I first found out about Trick or Treat, honestly, I didn't see any trailers. It just happened to be my mother, who is a huge horror fan.
Say your mom sounds pretty cool.
Dude, my mom is. You don't even know. She goes to concerts and stuff with me. My mom is a whole hand. She's hellion. She's great. But no, she literally owns over 2,000 DVDs, and I'd say 75% of that is horror movies.
Nice.
Ranging from really crappy, not even B movies, to the best, the classics, like all that.
Nice.
There was just one year that she was like, you want to watch this movie with me? And I was like, yeah, okay. And it was Trick or Treat. That was it. It was just so casual, and she'd owned that movie for years, and I'd never seen it.
Never even seen it?
And then I did. And then I was like, I love this. I love Sam. He's my child.
I don't know anyone who has seen the movie who came away hating it.
Yeah.
Like, I
100%.
matter of fact, I haven't even known anybody who came away, like, being indifferent towards it. Everybody's kind of like, yeah, that was actually good.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah. And
people who aren't even horror fans that I've showed, they're like, oh, that was good.
I know. And there's been talk about a sequel for a little while.
Please let there be a sequel.
I know. It's kind of like Hellfest. Hellfest set itself up for sequels. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it didn't do well enough at the theater, and it hasn't caught that cult thing yet.
It was a good movie.
Yes.
It wasn't sequel good, I don't think.
Really? I disagree with that.
It set itself up to do sequels. I don't think it did enough to to actually pull a second.
Fair enough.
Well, that depends. Did you think that, what is that, Freaky Friday? Did you guys see that not Freaky Friday, what is that?
It's just called Freaky, and I haven't seen it.
Or no,
yet.
Happy Death Day. Happy Death Day. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen
I
that
have.
one. It just...
And then it got
And
a
then they came
sequel,
yeah.
and the sequel went complete sci-fi.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like
the previews
they
of that
could have
movie,
done a sequel and it could have been really good, but then they didn't.
yeah.
So that's my fear for Trick or Treat. If they did a sequel,
There is that
Is it
also.
gonna be good?
But
There is
it's
that.
Bryan Singer. You realize that, right?
I know he had something to do with it.
He was
yeah.
one of the producers on
Right,
it.
but Bryan Singer is also like not getting any work right now, and for good reason. So I mean, it's
yeah. Okay. All right.
so you got that point.
Okay.
So so, back to Halloween retail.
What were we
So
talking
we were talking about retail.
Yeah.
So the one I really enjoyed when I worked in it, I enjoyed the holiday and all the getting all the props, and I love that's my big thing. I love decorations more than anything. I'm not a big like, oh, I'm going to dress up type person. Like, I love, my kid, of course, he's 7, so he loves Halloween, But it's one of those things where, like, I'm not a big, oh, I want to dress up and go out person, but I love the decorations. I always have. And one of the things I really hated about working in retail during that time period is it consumes all of your time.
oh, believe me, yeah.
Kind of eats up your holiday.
It really does. And that was... especially being in management, it was one of those things where as soon as October started, the edict for us at Party City, in my particular store, actually both of my stores because the same owner, said, okay, starting the first week, you're working 6 days a week.
Not a problem.
Okay, so you're working 6 days a week and you're on extended hours. So it wasn't just like, okay, you're working, if you're opening, okay, you'll be here from 8 to 5 or whatever. It's like, no, now you're going to be here from 8 to 6, and type stuff. So it was one of those things, you're extended, blah, 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 which cut into a lot of going out and doing stuff, And then, the thing that really got me is that the last 2 weeks, like the week before, or the 2 weeks before Halloween, it was one of those things where I got my day off, my one day off on like a Sunday. And then I did not get my next day off until
November.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was one of those things where it's like, yes, I did get a day off technically over a 2-week period, but it was they were way out, and it wound up making. I wound up getting sick. Like I worked so much that I wound up getting sick shortly thereafter.
What I enjoy about my job is I actually get vacation days. And when Halloween rolls around, I take a half day on Halloween to finish setting up for that night. And then I take November 1st off because I'm going to sleep. Because I'm going to be up all night, doing trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
I leave that light on. Renee and I both leave that light on right until right at 9 o'clock.
Right.
We shut the light off at 9, and then we pull down. I usually have to move the PA system back inside and the projector back inside and some of the electronics, and then we go to bed.
Yeah, well.
And sleep. Or I'll stay up until 1 in the morning watching horror movies.
Seriously, you should know you don't take all your stuff down until the next day.
Yeah, isn't that actually a superstition?
That's one of the rules, It's
the really expensive electronic equipment goes back in the house.
You don't want people to steal that.
Because this last Halloween, I actually set up a projector in the front yard with my PA system, and we did the Universal Monsters.
Oh.
We did the movies in the front yard for the trick-or-treaters. So,
see, we don't have any
beautiful.
trick-or-treaters around here. So, I mean, it's just, there's not a lot of kids in this neighborhood, and the fact that I would never tell anybody to walk, I would never allow my kid to walk down my street.
No.
Well, it's not even just, it's not the greatest neighborhood, but it's also the fact that there are no sidewalks, and there are very few street lights out
That's
here.
Not really you're just skipping a throw from the street over there, aren't you?
Yeah, we're not that far from. Yeah, so I mean, it's one of those things where it's, but
we've got a great neighborhood, and even though we're out in the country, people drive to the neighborhood, so we'll average somewhere between 50 and 60 kids.
Yeah, see, I take my kid over to Old Hickory because there's all those houses right there, right next to each other. Yeah, exactly. Just walk right down there. I've told Dave this before. A couple of years ago, I took him over there, and I was walking down. I was on Jones Street. And I was walking down through there, and we came up to this one, and there was I don't know, she was probably 12, 13 years old. Like, in that, thinks that she's too cool to go, to still go, to go trick-or-treating, but could still go if she wanted to type thing. But she was sitting out there handing out the candy, and there was a speaker in the window, and they were playing Black Sabbath. And I was like, okay. So I was walking by, and I looked. As we were getting ready to leave, I looked over. I was like, "Tell your dad he's got great taste in music."
Hey, it could have been that girl. You don't
he was
know.
inside. I saw him inside.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, I'm pretty sure it was him.
If that was 13-year-old me, I've been like,
Well, yeah,
actually,
exactly.
sir.
So,
but it was still. I was like, I'm good with this.
so what was your favorite part about working Halloween retail?
My favorite part of working Halloween retail is being as close to the holiday as possible and meeting people like you, honestly. Just having a branch out to finding friends and communication and community through anything that's haunt or Halloween. That's the best part, other than the discount.
I was going to say the discount. The discount is really nice.
The discount is nice.
Yes.
Especially at the end of the year.
Oh, yeah, when everything...
Ooh, well, I don't know how it's going to be this year, but it used to be a much... I'm not going to say exact things, but it used to be really, really large. It used to be a very large discount for employees at the end of the year because obviously customers, they get 50% off
Right.
at the end of the year.
Nice.
And then we would have more than that. But it kind of interchanges. It depends on who's running it. And I don't know if they necessarily did that last year, and I don't know if they're doing it this year.
I was going to ask that. At the end of the season, it's...
They'll still do the 50% off, but
Right.
as far as like the extra for like being an associate.
Well, I was going to say, like, because there's always stuff left over at the end of the year, so
Yeah.
it's one of those things. I'm sure they want to clear out as much as they can.
100%.
Because...
Please buy displays.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was going to ask, because what's the protocol on that? Because I know that everything is shipped in because of their temporary stores,
Yeah.
Yes.
And so they're literally just trying to get rid of as much stuff as they can.
Absolutely. Well, when it comes to the displays and the animatronics that are on the displays, it is protocol for us to wait till the end of the year.
Okay.
So if you are interested in something, like we had a boat one year. This year, it's a lava floor.
Okay.
The lava floor. So you'd put your name on a list, and at the end of the year, when we're done using it, obviously we need to keep it for the aesthetic and
Right.
making everything all fun and everything. So once we get to the November 1st, that's when we start calling people and we go down the list. If you don't answer,
Go
sorry.
to the next one. Yeah. Yeah.
It
No, hey,
sucks,
I get
but
it.
that's the way it
I
is.
get it.
Sorry you're at work, but this is how it is.
Halloween lottery.
Yeah, pretty much.
basically. And then basically it's like a bidding war. Honestly, they are just trying to get rid of it.
Right.
There is a base amount that we are told, to give people.
Mm-hmm.
If you go lower, if you go higher, it's basically a bidding war after that. It's just seeing how much you can get for what you can get.
Fair enough. I get that.
But especially when in certain areas, they like if they haven't had a good season, they're trying to get that extra push at the end. They will sell literally everything, maybe even the people.
That's good to know.
Just saying.
If we ever need interns, we know, we know where to
See
go.
if that's
All
over.
right, Bill Clinton.
Not quite that way. That's fun. So you said you worked at a haunts also.
Yes.
Let's talk about that a little bit because
Okay.
that's an interesting.
That's what my initial inspiration is, so I can run a haunt
Nice.
eventually. But I'm going to do it in a very smart way, so I'm patient. Patience is a virtue.
Yeah, it is. You don't have to have everything right now.
Yeah.
Get
I'm
it
gonna
set
build
up.
it up. I've had blueprints for the blueprint that I've had for my original idea. I've had since I was 22.
Nice.
I remember when I was a teenager, and it might. I'm sure it's still out there. I mean, this is back in the '80s. It was a. There was a book that was called "How to Run a Successful Haunted House." Like that was the name of the book, and they used to sell it like it. You could order it, like through mail order and that type of stuff. At the time, because it's like pre-internet.
But you could
but
get it
but
at,
you could
like,
also get it at
Walden
like
Books,
you could get it at Walden
B.
Books and stuff like that. But you
Media
could also
Play back in the day.
yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
Media Play.
But
I don't know why
remember-
that was my go-to. Media Play. That's not a thing anymore.
hadn't been a thing for a while,
Well,
but that
neither-
was a huge thing though. Media Play was huge.
Well, neither were either of the bookstores that we mentioned. They haven't been around for
Walden
a
hadn't
decade.
been around
Walden.
forever.
B. Dalton.
I know.
Yeah.
It's but that
Current things. What are current things?
Barnes and Noble.
There you go.
That's about it.
That's pretty much Books a Million.
Books a Million,
still
that's
around.
the-
Books a Million has turned into a discount.
Is there a Books Million?
Yeah, there's one
Yeah.
up here in Rivergate. So.
There's one in
Oh, yeah.
Clarksville, but they've
There's one
gotten
in River, and they've
gotten
around,
into the
so.
used media side of
They've
it,
gotten
which
into
is how
some
you
of
know
it.
they're starting to go downhill.
They
quickly.
have really got into vinyl pops also.
Yeah.
They got a huge.
But so has Barnes and
bundle.
Noble.
Yeah, that's because they know
Everywhere is
everybody
gonna
has
get it. Everywhere. Everywhere.
Target sells them.
Dollar
Walmart said
General, I think, has a couple.
that, really.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
actually.
I
But they're
haven't
not
seen that.
like, you know,
yeah,
When
licensed.
when the trend is up, I'll put them with my 3 or 4 Beanie Babies.
there you go.
know.
So it's Beanie
Hey,
Babies.
those things are worth a lot now.
Some
Aren't
of
they?
them.
Or was that like a few years
That
ago when they were
was-
worth a lot?
That's-
It's a fluctuating.
It's funny. We're getting off completely off. So the original 9
blame
are
that
still
on me.
worth. The original 9 are still worth money because they weren't. There aren't that many of them out there. But beyond that, it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there were so many of them that
It's
were
a
sold.
dog chew toy.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, and people, there have been documented cases of people who spent like their entire life fortune.
Oh, I saw
Back
the
in the
Hoarders
90s.
episodes. I know.
Oh, there you go. I was watching, there's a show.
I watch those episodes to keep myself in check.
Dude, hoarder, we won't even get into hoarders.
Yeah.
So you're wanting to open up your own haunt.
Absolutely.
So are you willing to talk about that at all? Or are you
Sure,
not
I'll
wanting,
talk about
are you not
anything.
wanting to give up like secrets of what you're wanting
I mean,
to design?
Here's the question I have on the haunt. Are you wanting to have an indoor haunt or an outdoor haunt or a combo?
Combo.
Okay, fair enough.
Mostly outdoor, though.
Okay.
It's going to be, I'd say it's going to be the most similar to, I'd say, Monster Mountain and Deadlands combination. Those are my 2 inspirations.
I remember Monster Mountain, but
Monster Mountain's so good. They don't
Yeah.
exist anymore.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. They were the first haunted house I ever visited, and that's why it's my
I
inspiration.
don't. Nice.
Especially the clown area back when they went. Oh God, the clown room was so great.
That
So great. Except it played ICP in the background. You know, we could do without that, but
That was actually the
There's
scary
clown.
part
There
of
you
the
go. It's
clown
a
room.
yeah,
clowns, you know,
yes,
it's like-
I know.
Well, it's funny because like when I was before you were born, when I was
Sure.
a teen, no, seriously, when I was a teenager, we actually had some family friends that ran a haunted. It was a Haunted Woods of the Bend that was down here forever.
That was my favorite.
That was
in
it was like
Nashville.
around here. That was like one of the big ones, and they ran until the late '90s somewhere.
Yep.
And then the last year that they did it, they're like, we're done. This is just too much hassle, you know. And it was one of those things where they always talked about you start working on it in like May,
Yes.
and you're there until on into December usually, because it's
I would
all the
just
tear,
work
it's all the
on-
put up and
I'd
tear
start
down.
as soon
and,
as the season's over. I mean,
Yeah.
like I'd take Christmas off, but
well,
February,
I mean, they
February, I would start.
it was one of those things. Yeah, but that was the way they did it. Back then
Right.
they owned the land, they owned all that kind of stuff. So it was one of those things that made it a lot easier than having to go out. It's kind of like talking about Nashville Nightmare. Nashville Nightmare has been over here for ever.
Yeah.
I can't even remember how long they've been
I
there long
remember
enough
when they
to where.
were very small, though.
Yeah.
They were so.
Is that the
and-
one that's set up in the old Starlight Club now?
Yeah. No.
Oh, no, that's-
Denim and Diamonds used to be Denim, or
Oh,
underneath. It's in
okay.
the back part over there behind Madison
what's
Square.
the one that's set up over in the old Starlight
Is that
Club?
still there?
Yes. And
That's
they've been,
Dungeon.
Dungeons and Dragons is
Dungeons
totally
and
what I was
Dragons.
gonna say.
No, it's like Devil's
Devil's
Dungeon.
Dungeon.
That's what it
Devil's
is.
Dungeon.
Yeah.
Because they started working on that back in July. Because
they are,
I
okay.
cut
That's
through
it.
that area.
I haven't been over there in so long.
Quite a bit, and they've been
Oh, you're talking
expanding.
about that's towards Hendersonville?
No, it's
Or-
over-
It's on Dickerson Road. If you take Old
Over near
Hickory
Hunters Lane
Boulevard-
High School.
Yes,
It's over near Hunters Lane High
you probably
School.
are not old enough to remember the Starlight Club.
You know what's funny? Actually, I know what you're talking about. My mother used to go to Starlight
Gotcha.
with her friend Dorothy.
Wow, I feel old as crap right now.
I'm starting to think that your mom's
I mean, I
around our age.
existed.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah.
We won't say my mother's age either, just because she might be listening. Don't tell her my age.
We love you, Mom.
She's 40. We'll say that.
Okay, there you go. It's a-
Beautiful 40
Yeah,
years
we-
old.
Yeah, 40. We're okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
40
yeah,
40 is
yeah,
good.
yeah,
So,
Yeah, I'm only 2 off of 50, so
yeah,
we'll
that's
leave it at that.
we don't want to talk about it. So.
So, what was the first one that you ever worked in?
First haunted house was the Haunted Nashville. Haunted Nashville was my first haunted house because that was right after Spirit.
What did you do when you were working that one?
Had 3 roles. I had one scene was like a gypsy undead-esque thing where I would pop out from this fake out wall rock.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a little graveyard. It was misty and it was very I want to say like sewagey, like there was a lot of like reef kind of stuff, and I was like green and blue, and like I was bloated, basically dead and bloated.
Okay.
And it was supposed to be, the whole concept of Haunted Nashville was supposed to be original ideas, and it was based on like some, I want to say this correctly, Alexander Graham Bell. It was like a whole concept about like kind of like a industrial steampunky kind of age.
Okay.
And then it like kind of diverged into like some sort of like Louisiana backstory. I'm not quite sure, but what I can remember from that.
Okay.
So we've got steampunk, we've got Swamp Works,
right,
which is a good.
It was really good. I gotta say, like the different ways that they went about it was really good. Like it was inside of a warehouse, but they had as if it was like 3 small houses on the inside of the warehouse. So like it was
nice.
open space. You would walk over to the Louisiana-esque, and then you would walk over to the steampunk-esque, and then it was like the Alexander Graham Bell thing. It all kind of just mixed in.
Okay,
but it was like
that's
3 houses almost on the inside.
So were they like trying to tell a story with it all?
Yes.
Or was okay?
I can't honestly tell you what the story was.
Okay, that's okay.
But they did back when it was, and it might still be online. The backstory was online, so it would tell you everything, the details, what it had to do with everything.
That's cool. I know that's become a thing now, where a lot of
I
those
honestly
are like doing
that.
story, whatever. Yeah,
I'd
that's kind of cool.
prefer having a original story than to see Michael Myers.
Yeah,
as much as I love Michael Myers,
I haven't been to a haunted house in a lot longer than I want to admit.
It's probably been 2 decades for me.
What is wrong with you guys?
Well, I'll tell you what it is.
I'm going to one tonight after this.
I'll tell you what it is that it really was that whole, oh look, we're just walking through, okay, here's a scene, okay, we're walking through, okay, here's they're going to come out over there, okay, this is going to, it really was one of those things where it was like you start seeing the same things over and over and over and over and over
right.
again. And I'll tell you the other thing, this will tell you a little bit. The last time I went to a haunted house, it cost me $5 to go through it. Okay,
I think the most I ever paid to go through a haunted house was $15.
See, the next year they all doubled in price. And then it just kept going from there. Yeah. And so, I mean...
Like, what's it cost to go through a haunted house?
Yeah, what
now?
is it?
It depends on the haunt that you go to. Nashville Nightmare, it's $20 just to get in the line for it. But if you want Fast Pass, it's an extra $10 to $15, I believe.
Okay.
And that's Nashville Nightmare. But Nashville Nightmare is, I'd say topper food chain.
Right.
As far as, like, popularity-wise. So that's why they're more expensive. You go to places like, I want to get this right, Dead Hollow, I think is the one I went to last year. It was like 10, maybe $15 after tax.
That's not bad. Yeah,
it was great.
Okay.
As far as, I wish I remembered the exact name of this haunt because I would totally give a shout out. But it was perfect as far as their actors. The acting is what I look for because there's a lack of that in a lot of haunts.
It got to where when we were going, it had turned into a bunch of jump scares.
That's all it was.
That's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's good to have a good focus on a jump scare. When it's me, when I go through a haunt, I'm obviously looking for details. I'm looking for ideas. I go through there and I look at it as a project, not to get scared. But if you can manage to scare me, you obviously did something right.
Yeah.
Because you got my attention or diverted my attention enough to where I actually got scared.
See, I loved them enough that when I was going through the haunted houses, I was actually paying attention to kind of how they were designing them and figuring out where the doors were.
Yeah,
and,
that's exactly what I do. Yeah.
Check that out. That's how they did that prop. Because my whole point was, it's sad, but the amount of home haunting Facebook groups that I'm a part of to get ideas, to decorate with.
I'm the same way. I don't know how many groups on Facebook I have.
And I was totally going to the haunted houses I'll admit it, I was trying to bite ideas. I was like, how'd they do that? Yeah. Oh, that's really, oh, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. But can you tell me how they did that? That would just hack them off.
That's basically how I've gone about it. It's appreciation of what I'm looking at and then trying to figure out how did you do that?
Yeah.
How can I copy that or make that my own?
It's very much about set building. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit about acting, and it's a little bit about actual magic and
atmosphere,
misdirection.
Have you seen I've seen a couple of ads run out of I think I saw it on Facebook or something. And actually, no, I think I saw it on Instagram about Escape Halloween. That's
what is it?
I think it's
Halloween
escape room.
Escape room.
It's only the weekend before, or the weekend of Halloween. It's the 29th and 30th. You know, Halloween's on Sunday this year. Yeah. And it's only the 29th and 30th. I don't know where it is though, but apparently it's supposed to be some kind of big thing or whatever that it's like coming to town. I've never really gotten into escape rooms. I get it.
I've never done one.
Yeah, I just whatever.
I don't think I'm that savvy.
I don't think I can.
I'm not witty enough
people
for that.
much.
Oh yeah, I'm also a control freak. So there's no way I could communicate with other people. Like, no, just do exactly what I say.
I'm more of a go
I don't
away,
care
leave
if
me
I'm
alone.
wrong. Just do it.
I believe in brute force and duct tape. If that door looks like I can go through it, I'm going through the door.
That's exactly. So you go to an escape room. They give you all these tools. You're trying to figure out a puzzle. No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a machete out of all these tools, and I'm gonna get out of here. How about that?
I'm looking like, so can I make lock picks out of these?
Yeah.
Because if I can, we're out in record time. I'm telling you.
You know, they left a fire axe in here. That's going to go through that wall really easy.
I got a way out of here, guys. Just follow me.
But yeah, I don't know. I was just looking up some. I was kind of looking to see if there was an index for the haunts around Nashville, and I didn't really see anything. I don't know. I've kind of wanted to go. I'm not going to drag my kid. He's still a little young to go through.
I've looked up way too many of the haunts that are going on around here.
Well, it's funny how some of them are still around. Yeah, like let's see, Nashville Nightmare has been around for a long time. Is Slaughterhouse still going on?
Absolutely.
Okay, Slaughterhouse has been around.
I remember when
forever.
KDF kicked that thing off.
Slaughterhouse used to be over here
downtown. It used to be right, or before
before
that.
Before that, no.
That's before mine.
Before that, it was over here.
It was in that warehouse.
This is
next
a very
to that storage area.
Yeah, this is very. But basically, there used to be a Sears in the middle of Madison down here on Gallatin Road, and it's a storage place now. You know where Due West is? Okay, that where that storage place is.
Yes.
Okay, that was a Sears back in the day. When that shut down in the early '90s, Slaughterhouse started off in that building.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
And it was there for 3 or 4 years or something, and then they moved downtown.
Okay,
and
that's when I first met them. It was downtown.
This slaughterhouse had
and it was good.
It was a good one.
It was real good when it was over here.
It had a maze that was basically rooms of doors. You would go into a room that had like 8 or 9 doors in the room.
I know, I got stuck in there for a really long time.
The room would be painted in all these crazy day glow colors and blacklight colors. And they had like 5 or 6 of these rooms that are nothing but walls of doors, and you were trying to figure out what doors you had to go through to get out of the maze.
And they didn't give you help.
Oh, no.
Like, I have been to those before where they'll have people that kind of come in and they'll like...
If you're in there
they'll
like
come in
over 20
and then,
minutes or something, they'll be like, you should try that door.
Well, not even that. I've been into some ones where like there was people who were actually in costume or stuff who would just like come into a door and then try to like... And basically go out the door you're supposed to go out to get to the next place. But they were trying to do it kind of like, oh, everybody's back's turned, so I'll go out this way. Of course, as soon as I seen them coming out, I was like, all right, we're watching them to see where they're going.
Follow that guy.
Yeah, but that place... I got stuck in there for a long period of time, just going through the same. Like, you got to be kidding me!
And then they had the Hall of Hanging Bodies, where they had all the bodies that were wrapped in the plastic that had like the liquid dripping off of them.
Yes.
Was this partially outside?
No, this was all
inside a warehouse.
Indoors.
Was it like a warehouse that? You know what's weird is like what you're saying sounds so familiar to me. There's no freaking way I would have gone to this place.
Yeah, you would have been way too young.
But that Hall of Bodies actually had 2 real people wrapped loosely in plastic hanging by their feet in there.
Yeah.
And as you're going by them, they would all of a sudden come alive and like grab you. So that was kind
I know
of
that the
terrifying.
trend in like haunts now is like the extreme stuff where like...
I don't even want to talk about McCabe Manor.
Is it a trend? I think only on the internet is it actually a trend. When I talk to people in person and I talk to like just normal customers, nobody really wants a torture chamber.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody wants to do all that.
Nobody wants to deal with that psycho McCabe.
And we already have something. I mean, before McCamery Manor came here. McCabe?
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't even realize we had one here in Nashville.
He's not even
he
from
just
here.
moved here, I think, 3 or 4 years ago, right?
Where he was doing it at, they basically ran him
got
out of
kicked out.
state.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Because
so-
it's not an actual haunted house. It's not a haunt event. It's a piece of garbage guy that gets his rocks off on
Yay.
torturing people. It's extremely unsafe, and somebody should just really kick that dude in the nuts as hard as they
the
can.
ones that I'd
just
heard
not
about
good.
were like, you go in like one room, they were like had like bugs, like just like tons and tons of bugs or whatever, and it was one of those things you could like basically
We
skip
have
out
a
of
couple
them and
of haunts
everything.
that are like
but
that.
yeah.
That's fine. There's a limitation where it becomes just pure.
Like they were they were half
Well,
drowning people in a deep freezer.
Steven did that haunt, was it a Family of Fear documentary a few years ago about the one in Alabama. My friend Steve is a documentary filmmaker, and they did a documentary about this haunted house, this haunt in Alabama. But before that, he was going to do a doc about the extreme like haunted houses and stuff, and they only got just a little ways into it before. And I think it might have been the guy you guys are talking about, and there were some issues. I never heard the story. I don't know what. All I know is that they found this haunt in Alabama, and they went down there and filmed for a season. And
you're way deeper into the haunt community here than I am, and even I know that they are outcast even in the haunt community.
They are. No, there's. And ask anybody.
Okay,
They know
we'll go with that.
Whoever, honestly, what it is yeah, sure, you'll have a handful of people who, in their mind, they'll tell themselves, yeah, I could take that on. Yeah, doesn't that sound great?
And then they get in there.
And
yeah, I know.
then they read the contract. There's not a safe word.
Right.
So good luck. You'll be having yourself in the hospital at the end of the night, and you think it's worth it then? Cool, go do it.
There is a clause that indemnifies them in case you die.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, it's literally now. As far as like that, that's just like nobody cares. Nobody wants them.
Yeah, I know that.
Even if it wasn't the Bible Belt, it's not about that. It's just
I know.
like what they're doing is almost blasphemous towards the haunt community, honestly, and what we do and what we strive for. And if you want something that's like that, but not extreme torture, Beast House.
Beast House. Okay.
Beast House.
Okay.
They do the whole bug thing. They'll touch up on you. It gets a little touchy-feely. You sign a contract at the beginning, but it tells you, there's, if you start to have heart palpitations or if you start to have a seizure or something like that, they will pull you away. There's going to be a certain point where you can just go, no, I don't want it. And they go, cool. You can leave.
That's okay.
And that should be the way it is. If you're just trying to
that's the way that I had always
people's
heard.
fat faces and put their face in feces and do all that stuff just for what? It's not even scaring people anymore. It's not about the thrill. That's for people who have psychological issues.
Yeah, that sounds like somebody who's trying to get their rocks off is what it sounds like.
That guy's a psycho.
Yeah.
And the people that help him do that, they're all... You might as well call them modern day Firefly. I mean, they're a bunch of
there you go.
They're a bunch of sick.
And honestly, I kind of feel insulted by even making that reference. Like I would hang out with Baby and Otis. I want to hang out with them.
I could see.
Yeah,
that.
that's coming back to that is especially after I did finally. We were talking about this before about those Rob Zombie movies, about the Firefly family. I've actually kicked around the idea of doing.
A House of 1,000 Corpses?
No, of doing Spalding. I mean, that was like...
Oh, you want to be Spalding as like cosplay?
Yeah, I've kicked around the idea because I've got I've got
definitely have a Sid Haig.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're not as old as him. Definitely.
No, I'm not as old as him.
Woohoo, honey.
Hopefully, I'm better looking than him. But
not by much.
Thank you.
Not by much.
That's for the radio comment earlier.
You can pull off.
But no, it's one of those things where I've looked at that a few times. I'm like, no, I think I could actually do this, and if I were going to, because again, the beard and the bald, and everything, it's like, yeah, I can do this. This is not an issue.
If you want to do it, let me know. I'll come over and do the makeup.
I appreciate that. So it's.
I want to be here to watch this happen.
Actually,
fair enough.
When I was younger, what I wanted to do.
Dave
was
has done my makeup a few times.
Special effects makeup is what I wanted to do, and I just never pursued it. So.
Yeah, never too late.
One of the things that I dabble into is special effects makeup.
Nice.
I try to dabble into everything just in case, when I do own my haunt, that way I could be like, this is kind of how I want it
It's
to look.
good to know everything. Really and truly to know how everything. That's a good business person knows every level of their
Just
business.
a little bit,
you know?
just
Yeah,
enough for me to be
yeah.
like, this is what I want.
Right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I get that. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Retail, haunt.
Yeah, I know.
Where are we
We're
going
all
back?
over. Well,
Well,
you
So
said
many
you
things.
said you're trying to put together your own haunt, and you have a
Yes.
GoFundMe.
I do have a GoFundMe on my Facebook. Yes,
Awesome.
absolutely. Honestly, I actually have a few things in the mix right now with me helping other people, my own haunt, because I have patience and I don't imagine it's gonna, just happen overnight. I'll have to get, business licenses
Right,
and
right.
land and that sort of thing. And that's honestly the total. It's so funny. The total amount on the GoFundMe is extreme, right? It's like $300 or something $1,000. That's actually
Buying
what
the land is like a
it's
big
gonna
thing. Yeah.
cover
Right.
Yeah.
buying land. And I've looked up. I've gone out and about finding different lands, where I want this area to be in.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be within 30 minutes of Nashville.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm staying in Tennessee. Tennessee is my home. I've gone to other states and didn't care for it, and now I'm back. And this is where I'm.
Dave and
gonna,
I are lifers too. So
Yeah, this is where I'm gonna be.
Well, I'm more of a Tuckasean. I'm originally
Yeah.
from Kentucky,
It's a little mix.
but I'm married in. So
Well, but
Yes.
you've been here 30
yeah,
ish
I've been
years,
here.
See, there
so
you
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
it's
You must like it enough. You
Yeah.
know?
I get a little bit of both,
Right,
which makes
same.
me happy. So.
Yes.
So that's why I always tell people I'm a lifer. Like no,
Yeah.
it's always hell. I've got Nashville tattooed on my arm, so I mean it's.
I'm considering getting a Nashville related
There you
tattoo
go.
because
So-
Yeah.
I didn't realize it until I recently went to California and then came back and was like, I love Tennessee. and
Isn't
this
that
is where I belong.
strange? Because I was in my 20s, I wanted to get out of Nashville so badly,
It's
and then
crazy.
after never actually moving away, but just going away for a while, a couple of, I was like, no, this place is awesome. I
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
love this
It's
place,
crazy.
and
And
It
for
is
those
what
of
it
you
is.
that are listening out of state, we're full.
yeah,
So-
don't stay away, don't go.
Yeah.
We're full. We
It's
don't
a-
want any more.
It's
We're
a
good.
great place to visit, but then go home.
Then go home. Yeah,
Nashville sucks, actually. You know what?
exactly.
It sucks.
Nashville's terrible.
It's
all
a
it is
horrible
it is.
drug problem, homeless
So-
problem. We got all the
All
issues. Don't
all
come
it
here.
is bachelorette parties and pedal taverns, and you don't
Okay,
want any
well,
of
that's
that.
actual
You don't want any of
truth.
that. You don't want any of it.
And
It's
limo hot tubs.
yes, exactly. It's party
So-
wagons and
So, what is your GoFundMe page? Do you know the list, or can we just put that in the show notes for you?
I would just put in the show
Okay,
notes.
we'll
I
put
don't.
in the show notes.
I
So
honestly,
basically- yeah.
I just have it so that way people who meet me in person, I'm a person-to-person advertiser. As far as I try to get on Facebook and be like, hey, this is me doing stuff.
yeah, but Facebook isn't real life, so I mean it's
Facebook isn't real life at
Not the
all, but
slightest.
it's a lot better. I don't know, I just come off as a meme queen on there,
Yeah.
and it's not, it doesn't get my point across. Whereas in person, I could talk your ear off and be like, yeah, let me tell you all my aspirations right here, right now.
all I do on Facebook is piss people off. So I mean it's.
I think I'm starting to become that. I think you get to a
I
certain
don't even
age,
try any longer.
and
It's
you
like,
just
oh, shit.
become insulting to everybody, and I just
There
don't
is certain.
understand.
There is yes. There is a certain. You become a certain age, and then everybody younger than you hates you.
Yeah. I didn't even do it, man. What happened?
It's true.
I feel like I've lost control of what's going on here right now.
So,
Okay.
guys, thank you so much for joining us. Ariel, thank you for coming and sitting down with us.
Oh, thank
Ariel.
you.
Ariel, what did I said?
Ariel.
Ariel. I'll get
Like
it right.
the way
one.
Sebastian says it in The Little Mermaid. Ariel.
Ariel.
There you go. Are you actually named after the Ariel from The Little
No,
Mermaid?
I was
okay.
named after a character in Thundar the Barbarian, which is a 80s TV show.
No, I grew up. We grew up watching Thundar the Barbarian. So.
Thank you for the standing ovation. Absolutely,
That's
my mother
pretty awesome.
named me the greatest things, man.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes.
Thundar. I hadn't thought
This
about
has
Thundar
been
in
so
forever.
much
I know.
fun.
So we're gonna have to have her back on the show.
Absolutely.
Happy to help, guys.
We can talk about whatever.
Yeah.
We could gang up on you about Courtney Love.
What? You don't like Hole?
How can you not like Hole? I
How
mean,
can you not like
seriously.
Hole?
It's going to have to be another podcast. And it's not so much Hole that I have a problem with
It's
as
just
it is
her.
the
I
person
know.
who,
I know.
who thinks she can sing out front.
She's got a style.
That's me. I aspire.
She's got a style. We all have a style. So it's
It's white trash beautiful is that style.
Screeching banshee.
something like that.
Yeah.
But it works. Something. Anyways, thank you once again for tuning into the Project Gen X podcast. If you look in our show notes, we will have a link for her GoFundMe. We will also have links for. Do you want to pimp your your Instagram or any of that kind of stuff?
Facebook.
Or Facebook.
My
anything?
Facebook is Ariel Morgana Alexandria. And a shout out to Haunt Seekers, Spirit Halloween, and Halloween Express.
There you go.
Nice.
So yeah, and we'll put links to all that stuff in as well. And but yeah, thank you. Go and check out our Instagram and our Discord and our Facebook page. Even we will again links
my Instagram, the
Dave's
Facebook.
Instagram.
I've started posting over on the Facebook page again, and
Yes.
that activity's starting to pick back up.
Yes, thankfully, and but we've got more of these coming. Like I said, with Oktoberfest as we deemed it, and we do 2 a week, so there will be plenty more of these. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.
That is Alan Smith,
And that is Big
I
Dave.
am Big Dave,
And this is
Ariel.
see ya.